Welcome back. Before we start, I want you to do one simple test with me. Not a grammar test. Not a vocabulary test. A mirror test. Go to a mirror, or just imagine one right now, and say this sentence out loud. Hi, my name is _____, and I'm learning English. Say it clearly. Now say it again, but a little faster. And one more time, like you're saying it to a real person. What happened? Did your lips feel stiff? Did your tongue hesitate? Did your voice get smaller on the second try? Did your brain suddenly go blank, even though the sentence is easy? If yes, listen closely, because you are not alone, and you are not bad at English. You understand English, but your mouth freezes. And that is the real reason you can't speak. Most learners have been lied to in a gentle way. They were told, learn more words. They were told, study more grammar. They were told, watch more videos, listen more, read more. So they do it. They collect vocabulary like coins. They memorize rules like formulas. They watch hours of English content silently. And after all that effort, when it's time to speak, their lips lock. Their tongue shakes. Their voice disappears. Confidence dies in real time. And they start believing something painful. Maybe I'm not talented. Maybe English is not for me. But that belief is wrong. The truth is simpler and more freeing. Your problem is not in your head. It's in your mouth. English is not just knowledge. English is movement. It lives in your lips, your tongue, your jaw, your breath, your rhythm. It's a physical skill. And if you never train the physical part, you will always feel stuck. Let me explain it in the clearest way. Imagine someone who reads 100 books about push-ups. They know the best technique. They can explain the perfect form. They understand everything. But they never do one push-up. Not even one. Then one day they try. What happens? Their arms shake. Their body collapses. Not because they are stupid, but because their muscles are untrained. That's exactly what happens when you try to speak English. You have knowledge, but you don't have muscle memory. You've trained your brain, but not your speaking muscles. Your mouth is loyal to your native language. It has repeated those sounds thousands of times since childhood. That's why you can speak your language fast, smoothly, and confidently without thinking. But English has different sounds, different stress, different rhythm, different flow. Some sounds don't exist in your language. Some words connect together in a way you're not used to. English has silent letters, soft endings, quick linking, and a music-like rhythm. If your mouth has never practiced those movements, it will feel awkward and slow. And when your mouth feels awkward, your brain panics. When your brain panics, you freeze. That freeze is not a personality problem. It's not a talent problem. It's a training problem. Now here's the best part. If it's a training problem, it means it's fixable. You don't need expensive courses. You don't need a perfect accent. You don't need to feel confident first. You just need a small daily routine that trains your mouth the same way a gym routine trains your body. 5 minutes a day. But not 5 minutes of watching. 5 minutes of speaking. 5 minutes of repetition with focus. 5 minutes of building muscle memory. And if you do it every day for the next 30 days, I promise you something real will change. Not only in your pronunciation, but in your speed, your rhythm, and your confidence. You will feel your mouth become lighter. Your speech will become smoother. Your voice will stop hiding. So if you've ever said, I understand English, but I can't speak, I want you to hear this with full clarity. You are not broken. You are just untrained. And today that ends. Because today we don't study English. We train it. Now that you know the real problem is not your grammar or vocabulary, but an untrained mouth, the next question is simple. How do you train it? And here is where most people get confused. They think training means long hours, complicated drills, or expensive speaking classes. That's wrong. The real secret is short time, high focus. Just like brushing your teeth, the power is not in how long you do it, but how consistently and correctly you do it. What I'm about to show you is a complete 5-minute daily mouth gym. 5 minutes. That's it. If you do this every single day, your English will change in a way that watching videos never could. Not because 5 minutes is magical, but because these 5 minutes train exactly what you've been ignoring: muscle memory, speed, rhythm, and confidence. Let's break it down step by step. The first step is mouth warm-up. 1 minute. This may sound silly, but it is essential. All day long, your mouth is moving in your native language. It is locked into that rhythm. If you suddenly try to speak English without warming up, your mouth feels stiff and slow. So we wake it up. Start with lip rolls. Gently buzz your lips like a small motorbike sound for 5 seconds. Relax. Do it 3 times. Then stretch your tongue. Push it out gently, pull it back in. Slow and controlled. Do this 10 times. Next, loosen your jaw. Open your mouth wide, then close it slowly. 5 times. Finally, stretch your smile wide like you're laughing. Hold for 5 seconds, then relax. Repeat twice. This 1 minute releases tension and activates muscles you almost never use. A warm mouth is a ready mouth. The second step is the mirror technique. 1 minute. This is where confidence begins. Stand in front of a mirror. Look into your own eyes. Choose one simple sentence, something real, something you might actually say like, I am learning to speak English confidently. Say it slowly. Watch your lips. Watch your jaw. Watch your face. Don't rush. Then say it again, a little smoother. Then again, with a bit more energy. Say it 5 times. Why does this work? Because the mirror removes fear. You stop imagining people judging you. You get used to seeing yourself speak English. This builds speaking presence. At first, it feels awkward. That's normal. After a few days, it feels natural. After a few weeks, it feels powerful. The third step is shadow speaking. 2 minutes. This is the heart of fluency training. Shadow speaking means you listen to a native speaker and repeat immediately, copying not just the words, but the speed, rhythm, and emotion. Choose a short clip, only 5 to 10 seconds long. It can be from YouTube, a movie, a podcast, or even a short interview. The key is that it must be real English, not slow textbook audio. You listen to one sentence, pause, and repeat it exactly the same way. Same speed, same tone, same flow. Don't worry about mistakes. This is not grammar practice. This is muscle training. Your ears, mouth, and brain are learning to work together in real time. Do this with 2 or 3 sentences per day. Repeat each sentence several times until your mouth starts to move more easily. This is how babies learn. They hear, they copy, they repeat, and fluency grows naturally. The fourth step is the fluency loop. 1 minute. This drill trains speed without panic. Take one short sentence, for example. I'm going to improve my English. First, say it very slowly. Focus on clear sounds. Then say it at normal speed, smooth and connected. Finally, say it faster, linking the words naturally. Slow, normal, fast. That's one loop. Repeat the loop 3 times. This teaches your brain that English can be spoken at different speeds without fear. It removes overthinking and builds flow. Now let's talk about why this 5-minute routine works. It builds muscle memory, so your mouth doesn't hesitate. It trains speed, so you don't freeze. It develops rhythm, so you don't sound robotic. And most importantly, it builds confidence, because confidence is born from action, not from thinking. Choosing the right material is also important. Always pick short clips. 5 to 10 seconds only. Choose sentences that are simple, common, and useful in daily life. Avoid complicated vocabulary at first. Fluency grows from simple sentences spoken well, not complex sentences spoken badly. Here is your mini 30-day challenge. Every day, choose 1 or 2 sentences. Warm up your mouth. Practice in the mirror. Shadow the sentence. Run the fluency loop. 5 minutes. That's it. Don't change sentences too quickly. Repeat them for a few days until your mouth feels comfortable. Then move on. Most learners skip this kind of training. They watch. They read. They listen silently. And they wonder why nothing changes. But you are different now. You don't need motivation. You need a system. And now you have one. This 5-minute mouth gym is your daily English workout. Do it consistently, and your mouth will learn to speak before your brain has time to panic. And once your mouth starts moving freely, English will stop feeling heavy. It will start feeling natural. At this point, your mouth is warming up, your confidence is growing, and your voice is starting to move. But there is one more wall that keeps many learners sounding unnatural even when their pronunciation is clear. That wall is speaking word by word. This is the reason many English learners sound robotic. They pause between words. They break the rhythm. They speak English the same way they read it. And real spoken English doesn't work like that. Let me be very clear. Native speakers do not speak in individual words. They speak in sound groups. Their speech flows. Words connect. Sounds blend. Rhythm carries meaning. When learners speak word by word, even with correct pronunciation, the listener feels something is off. Not wrong, just unnatural. And that feeling affects confidence on both sides. This is where sound clusters change everything. A sound cluster is a group of 3 to 6 words spoken together as one smooth unit, without stopping. Think of it like music. You don't play one note, stop, then play another. You play a phrase. English works the same way. Fluency is not about how many words you know. It's about how smoothly you connect them. Let's look at a simple example. Many learners say, "What are you doing?" Clearly, but slowly, with 3 separate parts. Native speakers usually say, "Whatcha doing?" It's not lazy English. It's connected English. The sounds merge naturally. Another example is, "Did you eat?" Spoken word by word, it sounds stiff. In real speech, it becomes "Did ya eat?" One cluster. One breath. One flow. Or take, "I don't know." Learners often say each word carefully. Fluent speakers say, "I dunno." The meaning doesn't change. The flow does. Here's the key insight. Fluency lives in the connection between words, not in the words themselves. When you stop trying to pronounce each word perfectly and start focusing on flow, your English instantly sounds more natural, even with a simple vocabulary. This is why people sometimes say, "Your English sounds good," even when grammar isn't perfect. They are reacting to rhythm and confidence, not rules. So how do you train this? You train it like a song. Literally. Choose one cluster and say it with rhythm, not logic. For example, take "let me know." Don't analyze it. Say it like a melody. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Repeat it 10 times. Feel how your mouth moves smoothly without stopping. Or try "gonna go now." Not "going to go now." Gonna go now. Say it like a beat. This musical approach helps your brain release control and lets your mouth take over. Now let's turn this into a daily practice you can actually do. Every day, choose 3 sound clusters. Keep them simple and common. Examples include, "What do you think? Give me a minute." "I don't know yet. Let me check." "Gotta go now." Write them down. First, say each cluster 10 times without stopping, in one breath if possible. Don't worry about speed at first. Focus on smoothness. Next, put each cluster into a short sentence. For example, with "let me know," say, "Let me know when you arrive." Say the whole sentence as one flow, not word by word. Repeat it 5 times. Then do the same with the other clusters. Finally, record yourself on your phone. Just 30 seconds. Listen back. Not for mistakes, but for rhythm. Ask yourself one question only. Does it sound smooth? This daily habit trains your mouth to expect connection instead of separation. Over time, your brain stops preparing words one by one and starts releasing phrases as units. That's when speaking becomes faster and more relaxed. That's when you stop thinking about each word and start thinking in ideas. One important reminder: you do not need a British or American accent to do this. Accent is not the goal. Flow is the goal. Many fluent speakers around the world have accents, but they speak in clusters, so they sound confident and clear. Broken speech comes from broken rhythm, not from accent. If you've ever felt that you know English but don't sound English, this is the missing piece. Stop chasing bigger words. Stop focusing on individual sounds. Start training clusters. Start training flow. English will begin to feel lighter in your mouth, and conversations will feel less exhausting. From now on, remember this. Fluency is not about speaking more words. It's about speaking fewer words better, together, with rhythm. Choose 3 clusters a day. Say them like a song. Use them in sentences. Record yourself. Repeat daily. And step by step, you'll stop sounding like a robot and start sounding like a real speaker. By now, your mouth is moving better, your rhythm is smoother, and English feels lighter on your tongue. But there is still one invisible enemy that stops many learners right before fluency. That enemy is overthinking. Overthinking is a virus. It enters your brain quietly and spreads fast. First, you translate in your head. Then you slow down. Then you feel unsure. Then fear appears. And finally, you choose silence. This is why so many intelligent learners stay quiet. Not because they don't know English, but because their brain is fighting their mouth. Here is the truth you need to hear clearly. Your mouth cannot speak freely if your brain is full of judgment. You can train pronunciation for hours, but if your mind is asking, "Is this correct?" or "What if I sound stupid?" your voice will hesitate. So in this part, we stop treating English like a test and start treating it like expression. We train the brain and the mouth together because fluency lives at that connection. The first strategy is simple but powerful. Speak with emotion, not accuracy. Most learners focus on correctness. They worry about grammar, tense, and structure. But in real life, people don't remember your grammar. They remember your energy. They remember how you made them feel. So instead of saying a sentence carefully like a robot, say it with meaning. Take a simple sentence like, "I'm happy to be here." Don't just say the words. Feel them. Smile. Let your voice rise naturally. When you connect emotion to sound, your brain relaxes and your mouth flows. The second strategy is to act like an actor, not a student. Actors become fluent in new accents and languages faster than most people because they don't judge themselves. They perform. Choose one short sentence like, "I can't believe this is happening." Now say it with 3 different emotions. Say it excited. Say it angry. Say it nervous. Watch how your voice, speed, and body change automatically. When you act, your brain forgets fear. You stop thinking about mistakes and start communicating. This is fluency training, not performance for others. The third strategy is meaning-first triggers. Most learners translate English into their native language first, and that slows everything down. Instead, train your brain to connect English directly to images and feelings. When you hear, "I'm starving," don't translate. Picture yourself very hungry. When you hear, "Let's catch up," imagine meeting a friend. This builds direct connections. English becomes a signal, not a puzzle. To practice this, write the real-life meaning or image next to a sentence instead of translating it. Over time, your brain stops asking for translation and starts reacting instantly. The fourth strategy is to use body movement to unlock your voice. This may feel strange, but it works. Stand up when you practice. Move your hands. Change your posture. Look in the mirror. When your body is active, your voice becomes stronger and clearer. Many people speak softly and hesitate because their body is tense. Movement releases that tension. It also increases memory and confidence. You are not just training to speak English. You are training to show up in English. The fifth strategy is daily recording. This is non-negotiable. Record your voice every day, even for 30 seconds. Not to judge yourself, but to hear progress. When you listen back, don't search for mistakes. Listen for energy, smoothness, and confidence. You will hear improvement faster than you expect. Recording turns practice into feedback, and feedback creates growth. Now let's connect all of this with one powerful insight. Confidence is not something you wait for. Confidence is something you build. You don't need confidence to speak. You get confidence because you speak. Every time you use your voice, even imperfectly, you teach your brain that speaking is safe. Fear fades through action, not thinking. If English has ever made you feel small, nervous, or silent, remember this moment. You are not broken. You are just training a new system. When your brain and mouth learn to work together, fear loses its power. Speaking stops being a risk and becomes a release. And once that happens, fluency is no longer a dream. It's a habit. Let's bring everything together with one simple truth. you can remember forever. English is not just knowledge in your head. English is physical. It lives in your mouth, your rhythm, your voice, and the habits you repeat every day. And fluency is not built in long study sessions. It is built through short, focused daily training. So here is your 30-day speaking plan. Nothing complicated. Nothing overwhelming. Just 5 minutes a day, done the right way. Every day, choose one short real-life clip, 5 to 10 seconds only. One voice. One rhythm. From that clip, choose one sentence. Warm up your mouth for 1 minute. Practice that sentence in front of the mirror for 1 minute. Shadow the sentence for 2 minutes, copying the speed and emotion. Then run the fluency loop for 1 minute. Slow, normal, fast. Finally, record yourself saying the sentence once. That's it. 5 minutes. One sentence. One recording. Do this every day for 30 days. Don't change sentences too quickly. Repetition is your power. Let your mouth get comfortable. Let your brain relax. And most importantly, don't wait to feel confident. Confidence does not come before speaking. It comes because you speak. Awkward moments are not failure. They are proof that training is working. Every time you use your voice, fear gets smaller. If you follow this plan, you won't wake up fluent tomorrow, but you will wake up braver. And that changes everything. Because once fear disappears, progress accelerates. Your mouth moves faster. Your rhythm improves. Your voice becomes stronger. And English stops feeling heavy. If this video helped you see English differently, tap like as a quiet commitment to your own practice. Subscribe to Inspire English Stories if you want more real, practical speaking training like this. And comment, I'm starting today to make this decision real, not just in your head, but in your life. Remember this as you move forward. Your fluency does not begin when your grammar is perfect. Your fluency begins when your fear ends.